Welcome to Two Wheels Better. Now, as you may have noticed recently, I've been off on my jollies in search of the ultimate biking adventure. So welcome to El Prat. That's not me, that's this place, Barcelona Airport in Spain. Now, I'm travelling very light, as you can see, because the bike I'm going to be riding is 3 hours or so that way in the Andorran mountains. So I can't speak the lingo. It's going to be very, very interesting. Well, it's all going very well. I've actually managed to get a taxi. I know that much Spanish. I'm going to ask this gentleman now what the weather's like in Andorra. This will impress you, this. ¿Hace sol en Andorra ahora?
Es una sorpresa si hace sol en Andorra ahora porque acabamos de pasar una tormenta muy grande y a lo mejor con suerte en Andorra hace sol. Eso no se sabe. Supongo y quiero pensar que sí, que tengamos suerte y haga sol en Andorra. Empezamos a ver ahora buen tiempo después de esta gran tormenta que hemos salido.
Yeah, it's going to be fine, I think. In just 3 hours I arrived in Andorra, which is a small principality sandwiched between France and Spain and nestled high in the Pyrenees mountain range. It's known as a winter ski resort and a tax-free haven, but in the last 3 years has introduced some more extreme sports. That was an interesting trip, but it's going to get much, much better than that, because if you haven't guessed yet, I'm going trail riding in Andorra. With just enough time to unpack my bags, it was down to Moto Adventures to get kitted out. They supply all the basic protective gear. This gear is actually far from basic. All the best you can get. Full body protection, knee, elbow and everything protection, and a survival blanket, which did concern me just a little.
Okay, I've told all of you guys all the do's and don'ts, okay? Main thing is set your own pace, okay? It's not a motocross track, there are other road users up there and big drop-offs, okay? So just take care, that's the main thing.
Well, that's the briefing, sign the disclaimer and we're off. Well, that's it. There is no turning back. The bikes we were to use were all Honda XR250 and 400s, and with no electric starts, our first task was to actually try and get them going. A bump start in second gear usually does the trick. The first section of the journey takes you through the built-up Andorra de Vella, but once you pass these busy streets and the Spanish border, it's straight up into the mountains. After a night of rain, we were to encounter just about every type of terrain you could imagine. Everything from sharp rocks and rubble to deep water and some of the deepest mud ruts that I have ever seen. Two hours and what, 50k? Look at the state of it. Best drink of the day, that. Without a doubt. Now, Robert, you won't mind me saying, you appeared the most nervous this morning, is that right?
And that is exactly right. I mean, I got on that bike this morning, you all rode off, and I thought, what have I got myself into here? I thought, actually, for the first half an hour, I thought, right, let him go off in the distance and I'll double back and go back. I was really, really scared, actually. I mean, some of those corners, some of those mud things, you know, I just thought you're all bloody bonkers.
Yeah, well, we are, and you're with us, so you're just as bad. Robert wasn't the only one finding the pace a little bit tough. I think we'd all agree. This was certainly a little bit harder than we had at first anticipated. There's certainly no room for error on these tricky mountain passes. And here's John, the mechanic at the back, making it all look ridiculously easy. And eventually it was the bit that I'd waited 70 kilometres and 5 hours for. My dinner. So we've done half a day now, half a day's riding through brilliant countryside, about 70k we've done through some pretty, I thought, pretty hairy bits and pieces, and apparently we're in Spain now, not Andorra. I don't know where the flipping heck we are. See how these guys are going on. Steve, what do you think?
I've really enjoyed it. It's been a bit muddy and a bit slippy in places and a bit wet, but it's been great.
And have you fell off?
Yeah.
Good, so have I. Everyone's fell off. Right, Mark, how are you going on?
Fantastic. It's a challenging experience, I think, to actually learn to ride the bikes properly, but it's just a whole load of fun, though.
Right, have you done much off-roading before?
Absolutely none at all.
Right.
No, mostly just road riding. It's totally different to that, but it's, as I say, it only takes an hour or so, you get well into it.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Love it, brilliant. Right, I presume I'm going to get the same answer here, am I?
Definitely, yeah, like being a kid again.
Is
Smart, yeah.
Yeah. Is it harder than you thought?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. You just have to forget everything you know about like road riding and just learn again.
It's bloody harder than I thought. I tell you,
The ground's hard, isn't it?
This ground is hard. I know about that. Yeah. Actually, I think dinner's actually ready now. But I'm going to ask these guys, and I want them to guys.
What does that?
Come get in. Well fed, very well watered, only another 70k to go. I can't wait. So there are the beautiful Pyrenees surrounding Andorra. Tomorrow, I believe, we're going right up there, up at the top. I'm not so sure about that. Is it worth it, I ask you? Well, where else in the world can you get a view like that? I'm just a bit concerned about this next section. It's a jump section. I think I might just sit this one out. There'll be more breathtaking views from Andorra next week, and I'll be demonstrating how to fall off your bike in the snow.